Hey Patriots fans, we're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved New England Patriots. Before we jump in, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. This way, you'll stay updated and never miss any breaking news or exclusive content. The NFL world woke up to a storm today because the whispers that have been circling for weeks have finally exploded into a full-blown breaking headline. Brandon AIYUK, yes, the dynamic wide receiver who carved his name in San Francisco, is officially a New England Patriot. Nobody saw this coming with this level of suddenness. Not even the insiders who live on the phone 24 hours a day chasing crumbs of information. Just imagine how Patriots fans are feeling right now. The narrative around New England has been one of rebuilding, of looking for an identity after the Brady era, and now, all of a sudden, they drop this bomb that completely shakes up not just their offensive outlook, but maybe even the entire AFC picture. We're not talking about a veteran pass catcher on his last legs. We're talking about a player right in the prime of his career, who knows how to create separation, who turns short routes into highlight reels, and who can become the number one option in an offense starving for that alpha receiver. It's massive, it's shocking, and it's going to dominate every sports talk show for weeks. Now, let's be real here. The rumor mill had been buzzing for months about AIYUK's dissatisfaction in San Francisco. You heard little tidbits about contract disputes, about him wanting a bigger role, about him not feeling fully valued in an offense that had too many mouths to feed. With Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey all demanding touches, maybe it was only a matter of time before AIYUK became the odd man out. But the twist nobody could predict was that it would be the Patriots, of all teams, to swoop in and land him. For a while, the chatter linked him to teams like the Ravens, maybe even the Packers, but Bill Belichick, or maybe the new brain trust in New England, pulled off something sneaky behind the curtain. This feels like one of those old-school Patriots moves, where they wait quietly, let the noise settle, and then step in with a deal that reshapes the perception of the franchise overnight. And now here we are, trying to imagine AIYUK in that navy blue and silver. The football fit is what gets really interesting here. We know the Patriots have struggled to find consistency in their passing attack since the departure of Tom Brady. Quarterback play has been uneven, play calling has been questioned, and the lack of a true number one receiver has been glaring for years. AIYUK changes that equation immediately. He's not just a deep threat. He's a technician, someone who can run the intermediate routes with precision, who can turn a quick slant into a 40-yard gain. That's exactly the type of weapon the Patriots have been missing, the type of player who forces defenses to adjust their entire coverage strategy. It's not just about what AIYUK will produce on the stat sheet. It's about the way he opens up opportunities for everyone else on that offense. Suddenly, defenses can't just stack the box or double the tight end. Suddenly, the Patriots' young quarterbacks, or whoever ends up under center, have a security blanket and a spark plug all in one. And yet, the questions remain, as they always do in these blockbuster moves. What did New England give up to make this happen? Was it draft capital? Was it a bundle of picks? Or did they part ways with some young talent? We don't have all the details yet, and maybe that's why this story feels so electric, because it's still developing in real time. Rumors are floating that San Francisco demanded at least a first-round pick, maybe even more. And if that's the case, then the Patriots are signaling they are done playing around. They're not just trying to be competitive. They're trying to become relevant again in the playoff conversation. For fans who have been desperate for a reason to believe, this is the kind of bold swing that tells the league the Patriots are back in the business of making headlines. And AIYUK, with his youth and his skill set, is the perfect player to build excitement around. You also have to wonder how AIYUK himself is processing all of this. Think about it. He's going from California's sunshine, from a team that's been deep in the playoff mix, to New England, a franchise that's been battling perception issues and struggling to reestablish its identity. For some players, that's a downgrade, a move you'd question. But for a guy like AIYUK, who's been hungry for that starring role, this might be exactly the stage he's been waiting for. The Patriots fan base is loyal, passionate, and they're starving for a hero. If he embraces that spotlight, if he steps into that WR1 role and delivers, he could become not just a fan favorite, but the centerpiece of a new era. Sometimes these moves are about more than stats. They're about narrative, about a player finding his place, about a team giving him the keys to shine. Of course, no story in the NFL comes without skepticism. Analysts are already lining up to question whether AIYUK can truly thrive in New England's offensive system. We've heard people say that wide receivers have gone there and disappeared before, that the scheme is too rigid, that the quarterbacks aren't proven. And those are fair concerns. But that's what makes this rumor, this news, this bombshell so captivating. It's not a safe move, it's a gamble. It's the Patriots betting on talent, betting on hunger, and betting on a player who wanted out a loaded offense so he could show the world just how good he really is. Whether it turns into a success story or a cautionary tale, one thing is for sure. Brandon AIYUK in New England is a headline we'll be dissecting for a long time to come, and the ripple effects across the league are just beginning. The immediate impact of this move on the AFC East cannot be overstated. We've been talking about the Bills' dominance, about the Dolphins' speed and creativity, and about the Jets adding Aaron Rodgers. But suddenly the Patriots are demanding a seat at the table. Brandon AIYUK changes the conversation. He gives New England an offensive identity they haven't had in years. Remember how last season they struggled to even put together drives that scare defenses? That narrative is out the window the moment AIYUK steps on the field. You put him in motion, you line him up outside, you send him across the middle, and defenses can't ignore him. He's that good. And with one bold acquisition, the Patriots went from being a team that people dismissed as rebuilding to a team that at least forces defensive coordinators to lose sleep. Even if the Patriots aren't suddenly Super Bowl contenders, they're no longer an afterthought, and that's a powerful shift in perception. Fans are already imagining the highlight reels. You know those crisp fall Sundays in Foxborough, when the sky is gray, the crowd is loud, and the air feels heavy with history? Picture AIYUK breaking free on a crossing route, snatching the ball, and sprinting down the sideline as the crowd erupts. That's the kind of electricity New England has been missing. Since Brady left, Gillette Stadium has had moments, sure, but not the consistent spark that makes fans believe magic is possible every single drive. AIYUK has the ability to deliver that. He's not just a receiver. He's a playmaker who shifts momentum, who ignites a fan base, who makes kids in New England run to the backyard wanting to mimic his moves. That's how franchises build culture, through players who capture the imagination. And the Patriots just gave their fans someone who does exactly that. But behind all the hype and excitement, let's not forget the other side of this rumor, the 49ers' perspective. Why would a Super Bowl-caliber team let go of a wide receiver entering his prime? That's where the whispers of locker room tension, contract disputes, and cap space realities start to creep in. San Francisco may have simply reached a point where keeping everyone happy was impossible. They invested heavily in other stars, and maybe AIYUK felt like the odd man out. Maybe the front office decided it was better to cash in now, get draft picks or assets, and avoid the drama of a holdout. Whatever the reason, it opens the door for New England to take advantage. Sometimes trades aren't just about one team winning. They're about one team needing a fresh start and another being bold enough to take the risk. And in this case, the Patriots were willing to take the swing. Now, let's be honest, pressure is about to skyrocket in New England. The coaching staff, the quarterbacks, the entire offense will feel it. You don't trade for a receiver of Brandon AIYUK's caliber just to maintain the status quo. Expectations shift instantly. Patriots fans will want results. They will want touchdowns, big plays, and statement wins. That's the double-edged sword of blockbuster moves. They inspire hope, but they also set a new bar. If AIYUK goes quiet for a couple of weeks, the noise will get loud, the criticism will grow, and the patience will wear thin. But if he explodes, if he comes out guns blazing and torches defenses, he could change the entire mood of an organization. The Patriots have been searching for a new face of the franchise, and whether he wanted it or not, AIYUK might just be stepping into that role. The ripple effect goes even further because now other teams in the AFC are taking notice. Imagine you're the Bills' defensive coordinator, or Miami's, or even Kansas City's in the bigger playoff picture. You just added another layer of preparation, another headache, another weapon you can't ignore. That shifts draft strategies, that shifts free agency decisions, that even shifts how defensive backs are evaluated. One move by the Patriots could trigger a domino effect across the league, because everyone knows the AFC is already a battlefield of superstar talent. Adding AIYUK to that mix is like dropping a new piece on the chessboard that forces everyone to rethink their strategy. And in the NFL, where the margin between victory and defeat is razor thin, that's a major development. So here we are, with the rumor having turned into reality, and the reality sparking endless speculation. Brandon AIYUK in New England feels strange, almost surreal, but it also feels like the start of something. Whether it's the start of a Patriots resurgence or just another chapter in the unpredictable drama of the NFL remains to be seen. What we do know is that it has injected energy, conversation, and excitement back into a franchise that desperately needed it. Fans will be debating the cost, the fit, and the future for months. Analysts will dissect every route he runs, every pass thrown his way, every touchdown or drop. That's the beauty of this league. One player, one move, one decision can transform the narrative overnight. And right now, the narrative belongs to Brandon AIYUK and the New England Patriots, and the world is watching to see how this story unfolds. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Let's take a moment to consider the cultural impact here. The Patriots, for years, were known as a dynasty machine, a team where the system mattered more than the superstar. But times have changed. This move signals a philosophical shift, a recognition that in today's NFL, talent at wide receiver is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Fans don't just want wins. They want excitement. They want stars to wear on their jerseys. They want someone to cheer for beyond the helmet. AIYUK provides that. His style of play, his swagger, his ability to make defenders look silly, that's entertainment. And in a league where ratings, merchandise, and hype matter almost as much as rings, the Patriots have added a piece that serves both sides of the equation. It's football strategy, yes, but it's also marketing brilliance. Suddenly, kids in Boston and beyond will be asking for AIYUK jerseys. Suddenly, national broadcasts will circle Patriots games on the schedule. This is how narratives shift, how franchises evolve, and how a player goes from a talented receiver in a crowded offense to the face of a new movement in one of the NFL's most historic franchises. And then there's the human side of the story, the side we don't always talk about when rumors and trades dominate headlines. Brandon AIYUK is not just a stat line, not just a highlight reel waiting to happen. He's a young man who dreamed of being a star, who worked his way up through college, who proved himself in the NFL, and who now faces a whole new chapter of his life. Moving across the country, adjusting to a new city, a new coaching staff, a new fan base, it's not easy. But sometimes that challenge is exactly what brings out the best in an athlete. For AIYUK, this is a chance to step into a locker room that desperately needs a spark, to bring his personality, his leadership, his hunger to a place that craves it. That's a lot of weight to carry, but the great ones embrace it. And if AIYUK sees this as his proving ground, his moment to silence doubters, then we might be witnessing the birth of something legendary, not just for New England, but for him personally. Finally, let's think ahead. Let's project where this all could lead. If the Patriots manage to build around AIYUK the right way, if they surround him with complementary weapons, solid quarterback play, and a coaching staff willing to adapt, we could see the rebirth of a contender in Foxborough. Imagine 2 years from now, the Patriots are back in the playoff mix, maybe even battling for a division crown, and AIYUK is the centerpiece of that turnaround. It's not unrealistic. The NFL is built on cycles, on windows of opportunity, and sometimes one bold move is enough to accelerate the timeline. If nothing else, this acquisition has reminded everyone that the Patriots are not content to fade quietly into the background. They want to be part of the conversation again, and now they are. Whether this ends in fireworks or frustration, in Lombardi dreams or bitter what-ifs, it doesn't matter right now. What matters is that the Patriots have changed the story. They've reignited the buzz, and they've put Brandon AIYUK front and center in a plotline that suddenly feels like must-watch drama. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.